Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of conjunction, which I missed last week. So this week we're going to be covering Sun and Moon conjunction in the 12th house. Okay. What happens when Sun and Moon are conjunct in a one single house of astrological birth chart? And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all the other astrological details, for that check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report under the shop section, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy. So let's start with our Sun and Moon conjunction. So one dynamic that you have to understand with Sun and Moon conjunction, if you do not know, is understanding number one, the distance of Moon between the Sun. One of the most important things is known as Tithi. But we're not going to make complication with those particular things. We're going to talk about the waxing moon and the waning moon. So if moon is approaching the degree of the sun in the same house, it's a waning moon. It's becoming more and more dark. It's already dark. It's in the same house. So astronomically, you were born on pretty much when the moon was really dark. But a waning moon is approaching the sun's degree. A waxing moon has left the sun degree. So if let's say your sun is in the 12th house, let's say in Pisces at 15 degrees. Moon is at 7 degrees. That means it's going towards the 15th degree. That means it's a waning moon. But if moon is at, let's say, 18 degree, 20 degree, 25 degrees, then it's a waxing moon. So it'll be a very light crescent moon on both ends, but one will be waning and waxing. And the difference between that is that waning is more internal. Waning is more selfish. Waning is more secretive. Waxing is more outward. It wants to shine to the people. It wants to deal with people. It wants to shine its light on the world. But it wants to shine in a more selfless way. Now, if you obviously have combination of other planets, whether it's waxing or waning, you could shine in the world in the most malevolent way. Like a serial killer. Or you could be a waning moon and you could be very secretive, a little selfish, but you can turn out to be some scientist who figures out the secret of universe, And for that, we have to know all the other planetary alignments along with sun and moon. But 12th house, it's a very mysterious house. I think 8th house is even more easier to figure out than 12th house because 12th house represents solitude. 12th house represents the astral world, the world that we are not aware of. Maybe less than 0.0% of population, even 0.1% of population might know what the astral world is. It's the exit. It's the realm outside of this physical realm, of this physical earth we are on. And even if you want to go in that, if you look at 6 or 7 billion people, and by the time you're watching this in the future, distant future, you could have 12 billion people. Yet at this particular time period, in 2019, only 12 people have walked on the moon. Only 12 people have walked on the moon. That is the 12th house. It kind of gives access to a very select few. And 12th house is a house of bed pleasures, sexual pleasures. Because sexual pleasures usually take place in bed. Although in our youth, took place in bathrooms and cars and closets, but they still kind of do, but still, it mainly represents the bed pleasure. It also represents sleep. It represents meditation. It represents foreign lands. Okay. Anything outside of your comfort zone is the 12th house. Because 8th house is simply transformation. Even though it's secret, it's transformation. 12th house is getting out of your comfort zone and leaving to some faraway place. So here sun and moon are there. Moon is the mind. Moon is your past life, record that plays in this life. Sun is the soul. Sun is kind of helping the soul to burn off his karmas. So in this particular scenario, and also one thing you got to understand, 12th house is expenses. So one thing we see that whatever the person tries to manifest in life, first of all, it comes at a cost. Meaning it could come at a material cost. Whatever they're trying to do, they're going to have to unload a lot of money. They may have to give away a lot of money. A lot of expenses are incurred. And they could be for selfish reasons. They could be selfless reasons. Where a person, actually I know somebody very close to me who is very much about donating. They give huge donations. And the other person I also see is very spiritual, yet they're like, you know what? Screw the world. Let's go out and drink. Because 12th house also represents addiction. And they're extremely spiritual, but hey, they can drink 5 bottles of Macallan. And they're fine. So usually the soul and the mind are in such a deep, watery state. Because 12th house is Pisces, water. And one of the secrets of in the Vedas, it says that space is actually water. And sun is not doing any nuclear fusion. Sun is actually electrical. Figure that one out. I believe it was Arundra Bose. I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Arubonya Bose. One of these great spiritual sages that passed away in, I think, 1947 or 40 or something. And he pretty much said that sun is producing electricity more than nuclear fusion that scientists are thinking at that time. And we're still thinking at this time. So this is a very deep conjunction where you can have an intoxicated, drunk person and they can be the most intelligent person that you have met. But usually this person will have a habit of kind of letting themselves loose. They will experiment with, let's say DMT or any kind of a drug or alcohol. They will spend money lavishly. And most definitely for them to really know themselves, spirituality is obviously at the top. They have to pursue a spiritual life. Otherwise, they will always feel unsatisfied. They could be in banking, law, anything. They will feel unsatisfied unless there is a spiritual discipline. But number 2, besides having spiritual discipline, these people need to have self-absorbed pleasure in order to feel one with themselves. Meaning they need the sexual pleasure. They crave for that freedom in love and freedom in, physical interaction, because 12th house is the house of being free. That's why, what is the 12th house known as in Vedic astrology? It's known as the moksha house. Moksha doesn't mean that you open up your 7 chakras and you leave willfully. Moksha simply means that you find moksha from something, you find release from something, you find your final fulfillment from something. And moksha is also secrecy, dealing with a lot of secrets, being bound by a lot of secrets. But again, it's a very mysterious conjunction. But of course, the flavor of this conjunction is really seen with the nakshatra placement, because obviously sun and moon nakshatra are the most important nakshatra after ascendant nakshatra. And nakshatras, as you know, are not zodiac signs. These are constellations in the sky. The 27 constellation, 27 lunar mansions. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of sun and moon conjunction in the 12th house. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. If you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all the other astrological details for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with the Planets Through Ascendant series. I think it's last of the moon in Leo. All right, bye-bye.